Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. It is 6:47 a.m. It is Tuesday, the 13th of June. How about that? Oh, itchy lip. Gosh darn it. How about that? I should start over. But anyway, though, I wanted to talk about a bunch of stuff because I need to process for the day. That's how I start my day. I'm a talker, and I don't live with a bunch of talkers anymore right now. So to talk my stuff out, to process, to let myself think, I have to talk. And the only way I can talk right now is by my series of morning vlogs. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. You are a wonderful, beautiful person for signing in. For not even logging in, for watching. Thank you so very, very much. You're a beautiful, awesome person. How can I tell? Well, you're watching this, aren't you? There are a couple things I wanted to try and talk about. I've gone from just pure extemporaneous to writing a couple notes to try and hit some highlights and thoughts of what I want to hit, because, and primarily it is because of, and this is how I still jump so extemporaneously around, because I didn't even know I was going to do this until I started talking about it. Phil DeFranco. Hopefully I've got his link down below there. Phil DeFranco. I see a lot of myself in this guy. When I was his age, I had a lot of energy. I had so much energy. I was doing stuff. But also at the same time, I was really getting into my alcoholism, and I was killing all of my, the ability to do stuff. But I can see a lot of myself in Phil DeFranco, right now, because of his youth and the way he acts. It's like, oh my God, it's like I was that guy. Only when I was younger, there was no internet. I mean, I was born in 1962. And when I was 10 years old in 1972, there wasn't even, we didn't even have video games. Nobody had consoles at home. It was only 1969 when they came up with the arcade game Space War. And that wasn't even out in the arcades yet. Arcade games came out as I was growing up. And by the time that I became 15 or so, that's when the Atari VCS came out. We got one of those, the little Atari cartridges in the thing. Talk about primitive and awful. But that's all we had back when I was that age. So now, it's like, wow, talk about different. So yeah, if I'd had the internet back when I was Phil DeFranco's age, who knows what my life would be now. It'd be very different. I mean, shucks, when I was born, in the household I grew up in, I mean, of course, there were no cell phones. There was no such thing as a cell phone. Everything was landlines. And in fact, it wasn't even just landlines. Where I grew up, and it was a fairly big city at the time. It was about 40,000 people, Bellingham, Washington, in 1962. And then we had, when I was younger, a party phone line. Now, a party line is if you couldn't afford your own home landline. What it was is they would give one phone number to everybody on the block. And everybody shared that same phone number. So if there was a phone call to that phone number, everybody's house in the neighborhood rang. But it was only for the one person. And when you were on the phone, nobody else in the neighborhood could talk. So yeah, we had a party line at first. And they don't mean party as in, yeah, we're having a party. It's in party as in more than one person. So yeah, it was, they didn't even have until 1982, the Commodore 64 home computer came out. I was in the Air Force at that time. Holy smokes. So yeah, I was seeing all these home consoles coming out, and I hated them. And I saw because they were just like the Mattel and Television, which I actually liked. That one was awesome. But all these other things were just primitive. But I've always been into the electronic stuff. I've spent thousands of dollars on the arcade games because I loved the Space Invaders, which wasn't my favorite, but it was all there was. And so there's Space Invaders. There's a game called Scramble. If you've ever seen it, that was like a combination of like 18 games where you were going forward in a spacecraft and you could drop bombs or shoot missiles forward. Well, drop missiles down and shots forward. And I would play that game all across town. I probably spent a couple $100 on that game alone. Had my name in the high scores all around town, all the 3 initials of my name. So that's all we had. And it wasn't until, like I say, 1982 when I was in the Air Force, when the Commodore 64 came out. That's when things really got cemented for me. And from 1982, when I've got my... Actually, in 1982, I bought a VIC-20, which had a massive 4 kilobytes of RAM, of which only 2 were available for the home user. Yeah. So then I bought the Commodore 64, which had a full 64 kilobytes of RAM, half of which, 39K, was available for the home user. They still made some incredible freaking games for that machine, and I played them to death. But I had the Commodore 64, bought a Commodore 128, bought an Amiga 1000, bought an Amiga 500 after that because, hey, the 1000 was a nice machine, but the 500 was the next iteration. And then in 1993 is when I bought my first IBM PC clone machine. And then from 1993 onward, I've been doing this sort of stuff. And when the internet first came out, I was using the internet. You had to use Gopher and FTP and all this stuff. It was purely text, and that's what I did. I FTP'd and Gophered and Usenetted all around the world. And then the World Wide Web showed up about 96 or so? And things exploded on the internet since. But the World Wide Web is not the internet. Everybody thinks of the World Wide Web as the internet. It's not. It is a tool on top of the internet. But the internet is everything, like the deep web that everybody keeps. If you've ever seen the ads on TV, we monitor the deep web. Okay, the point about the deep web is it's unmonitorable unless you're one of those people that can get into those people and become a part of it. And the only way to do that is to implicate yourself. I've read enough interviews from people who have gotten into the deep web. You have to do things like they'll go, hey, if you want to become a part of this, you need to share with us your child pornography. And until you do that, we won't even talk to you. So if you want to become a part of the deep web, you have to do a thing like expose all of your child pornography to the others so that they can say, okay, come on in. Because now we know that if we need to, we can send the cops after you. And so the deep web is nasty, dark, evil, but it's not always. It's just something that's not a part of the main internet. Because the World Wide Web, again, is just a tool that sits on top of the internet. The internet is everything, and it's dark and scary. Now, though, what I did want to say, though, is because I've got massive problems today with this hand. I'm using it, but it is completely numb. When I woke up, this hand was completely numb. It's about... This part of my hand here is still numb. I can't feel this part of my hand. I can. This part of my hand it's not here. And I don't know what I did. This part of I sleep on my left side because I can't sleep on my right. The bend of my spine is such that if I sleep on my right side, it's like a plate sitting on something and pressure on the plate. And it just, your spine doesn't bend that way. And my spine now has a sideways bend in it, so I have to sleep on my left side. My right hand, which is on top, which just sits on top of stuff, it's now numb. Like I said, I have no idea what happened, but I've got carpal tunnel. I've got the abraded nerve here. I've got, ulnar entrapment I've had. So who knows what's wrong. But at the same time, back when I first hurt myself in 2003 with my back, my mother-in-law actually gave me this. This is a really, really good grabber. It's made out of like aircraft aluminum and plastic and all that, and it's a good grabber. It's bent now because I've used it for like well, 17 years or so, ever since I hurt my back. And so it's a good grabber. I use this. Grabbers they make now are awful. They're plastic and they just suck. I mean, this has been probably made before the year 2000 and it's still working now. I mean, there's parts of it, this is parts gone, and the gripper part could be better, but altogether, it's still working excellently. But I've gotten grabbers, you know, after this hand went bad, like 2 years ago, I got it in the mail, and it was so terrible. It wasn't even useful. It sucked right off the bat. I just had to stop using it and throw it away. So yeah. Now what I actually did do is I had gone and tried to hit a couple subjects, like E3. I don't watch E3. I don't watch anything like that because I don't window shop. I get sick with jealousy easy. I'm poor. I am very, very poor. I only get about $14,000 a year, and that's, you know, with my disability, and then what tiny bit I get from YouTube. I get about $14,000 a year. That's like $13,900 out of my disability. And so I'm poor. I'm really, really poor. The only reason I've got anything even slightly modern console-wise is because of you beautiful, wonderful people that have donated and given money to me. Thank you so much. I am so incredibly appreciative. It's just, I can't buy anything. I'm poor. And so I get sick with jealousy, really sick with jealousy, easily. And because I can't buy much because I'm poor, and because I know myself that I get just sick with jealousy, I don't window shop. And E3 is just one big, hey, come window shop. This is what we've got for you. And I get sick with jealousy. So because I know myself, I don't window shop. I don't watch E3. I don't watch trailers for new games because I'm just going to be sick with jealousy because I can't afford any of these new things. So I don't watch them. The only E3 stuff I've been watching is from other people that have watched things like the Bethesda debacle nightmare. Ugh. This one guy's like Zarek Zakaran. He's hopefully I got a link down there. He's a really smart. He wears a suit to make his Elder Scrolls videos. Oh my God, I can't even compete. But he's an awesome guy. But he talked about the Bethesda and the difference between the Bethesda Studios, the people that make games, and Bethesda, the game company. And the big difference there is between them now, because Bethesda, the game company publisher, shares the name with Bethesda, the game studio, but Bethesda, the game company, is mega corporate, whereas the game studio is just a bunch of people trying to make games. Bethesda is no better than EA anymore. Such is life. Let's see if I have anything else that I'd wanted to talk about here. Oh yes, it was like the Elder Scrolls. I've been an Elder Scrolls fan from the very beginning. I bought Arena when it came out. There was in Bellingham, Washington, they had an electronics boutique, and it was at the electronics boutique, I believe, in 93 or so when that game came out. I bought it in the store. Took it home, played it for like 15-20 minutes, and gave it to a friend. Didn't play it again for a couple of years because I hated it. Daggerfall came out. Bought it right off the shelf. Played it for 15 minutes. Gave it to my friend and roommate again. Let him play it. He loved it. He played it for years. And then I didn't play it for till after 2000. And so I was kind of yeah. And then Morrowind I waited for. Since Morrowind, I have just been a massive Elder Scrolls fan. But Bethesda, the game studio, versus Bethesda, the game company, publisher, and their thoughts, everybody that made the original games left. And then everybody that made Morrowind left. So everybody that's made Oblivion and Skyrim are not the people that made the games I love. And watching that Zarek, I can't even remember his name, but like I said, hopefully his link's down there. Watching all of this stuff, Bethesda, the game publisher, has no ideas. They have no clues, aside from, it's a money pit, let's grab some money. But now what I'm going to do, hopefully in the time that I've got left, because I actually talked longer than I meant, it's 15 minutes and change, I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. I am in my comment section. I'm not reading the comments, I'm just thanking you for leaving a comment. I am going to read the comments and thumbs up all the comments, answer as many as I can. I'm just not doing that right now. I'm just thanking you for leaving a comment. Good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment, they're all good in my eyes. Thank you so very much. I'm going to thank a range of 20 to 25 people. If you'd like a shout out, if you could ask for it in the comments, I will give you that shout out if I catch it. Like MXKAL, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Wanted a shout out. You have it. Thank you very, very much. And Anonymous, how about that? Thank you very, very much. And Tracy McGill, thank you. Rachel Stubblefield, thank you very, very much. Mateus Baker, thank you very, very much. And Maya, greatly appreciated. Spooky Goon, heck of a name, thank you very, very much. And BC Gilbert 5, thank you very, very much. Sorido Suniku, I'm so sorry, but thank you for the comment. Jason Lawrence, thank you very, very much. Oh, Jerry, Giereroid, thank you very, very much. And Brian Fernandez, thank you. Marker for the Soul, ooh, pretty cool, thank you very, very much. MADEINCDA, thank you very, very much, greatly appreciated. LeVar Ball, thank you. And Spoons Rattling, thank you very much. Thomas Romine, thank you. And Julian Laraga, thank you. Michael Sains, thank you very, very much. And then Nutella Cat, that's a pretty good name, thank you. And The Only Cloud, thank you. And hi, I'm a fangirl of Supernatural, pretty cool, thank you right there. And Giancarlo Oprins, I can't remember if it was 3 or 4, so I'm doing 3 now. I've probably done 2 3s, so Random Johnny, thank you very, very much. And then last but not least, Secretly 365, son of a gun, thank you so very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. Oh my God, I'm at 17 minutes and change, and I haven't even hit even half the subjects I wanted to talk about. Like Philip DeFranco, who I started with, he calls his stuff the Philip DeFranco Show. It's like, you know, really, is this a show? Do I have the William Robin Show as my channel? I don't know, but maybe. But because I'm at 17 minutes and 35, if you could check my links down below, you just click show more underneath the video, the whole thing shows up. There's a big list of links down there. It'd be cool if you can check those out anywhere from Twitter, Facebook, Google+, there's my blog, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could check those out, my sincere thanks to everybody who's donated to my GoFundMe. I'm minus 200 in my checking account now. I had to pay for my storage unit. If you all could help, that would be beautiful and wonderful. I got to get rid of my storage unit. I can't afford to pay for it. Thank you all so very much. My Patreon.com patrons, hopefully I've got you listed here. You are all beautiful, wonderful people helping to keep me alive, and that is awesome. Thank you so very, very much. You're incredible. And if you could toss me a like, that would be awesome. I do appreciate all the positive validation for my existence that I can get. My self-esteem is so low an ant could walk over the top of it and not even brush its belly on my self-esteem's head. But my self-esteem is 1,000% better than it used to be, thanks to my wife, of which I wanted to point out, I have a lock of my wife's hair. I found a lock of my wife's hair in my storage unit. It says, you know, it's a lock of my beautiful wife's wonderful hair. Yeah, she cut it off in the middle of talking to me one day, and so I still have that in remembrance. I used to have a lock of her pubic hair. I can't find that anymore, unfortunately. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. I'm a weirder, older guy, I know this, but, you know, thumbs up for that. Hey, everybody's different, and I'm weirder than most people my age. I refuse to grow up as part of it, so, you know, I will get older, but I will never grow up. Thumbs up for that. Well, hey, thumbs up. If you could subscribe again, that would be awesome. If you don't want to, then yeah, I understand. But if you do, hey, hope to keep you as a subscriber forever and ever and ever. Well, basically eternity, until after all life is gone on the face of our planet. Then I'll let you go as a subscriber. Thumbs up. Well, I got about 15 seconds left, and then I'm at 20 minutes, and I like to keep these at 20 minutes or less. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. I've got a reaction video coming up. I've got a game video coming up. So that is a great thing, and I will see you on the flip side. So you take care. Yep.